Every gardener knows the struggle of finding enough brown material for compost piles. Leaves run out, straw isn't always available, and store-bought amendments cost money. But there's one material almost all of us have lying around that can transform our compost into a powerhouse. Cardboard. That's right. What most people toss in the recycling bin is actually one of the best composting tools you'll ever find. And once you learn how to use it correctly, you'll see why I call it the cardboard composting secret they don't want you to know. Cardboard is more than just packaging. It's carbon gold. When you look at compost recipes, you'll see greens and browns. Greens are your nitrogen-rich items like food scraps, grass clippings, and coffee grounds. Browns are carbon sources like dried leaves and wood chips. Cardboard falls firmly into the brown category, and it's one of the most reliable sources of carbon you can get year-round. Because it's made from plant fibers, it breaks down into humus-rich material that balances your compost pile. Without enough carbon, compost turns slimy and smelly. With cardboard, it heats up properly, stays airy, and produces rich black gold. The secret lies in how you prepare it. Not all cardboard is created equal, and this is where most people make mistakes. Glossy printed cardboard, boxes with plastic coatings, and heavily dyed packaging don't belong in your compost. But plain brown corrugated cardboard and even paperboard from cereal boxes are perfect. The real trick is shredding it into smaller pieces. Whole sheets take forever to break down, but strips or chunks mixed into the pile disappear quickly. Some gardeners even soak cardboard in water before adding it. This softens the fibers and makes it easier for microbes and worms to get to work. Once you start prepping it right, you'll notice your compost cooking faster and more evenly. One of the overlooked benefits of cardboard is its structure. Corrugated layers are full of air channels, and when shredded into your pile, they keep the compost from compacting. Airflow is critical because composting is an aerobic process. Without enough oxygen, you end up with anaerobic rot and bad smells. By adding cardboard, you're essentially building a sponge-like pile where microbes thrive. Worms absolutely love cardboard. If you've ever done vermicomposting, you'll know that worms need bedding. Shredded cardboard is one of the best bedding materials available. Worms eat the fibers, hide in the damp layers, and reproduce quickly in a cardboard-rich environment. When you add cardboard to an outdoor compost pile, it acts the same way. It attracts earthworms, which then churn and aerate your pile naturally. Their castings enrich the finished compost with nutrients that plants absorb easily. In short, cardboard doesn't just feed microbes, it feeds the worms that take your compost to the next level. Another reason I love this method is because it makes use of something that would otherwise be waste. Recycling cardboard still takes energy and water, but composting it at home turns it into a resource that directly benefits your soil. It's sustainable, free, and keeps your compost balanced without relying on inputs you have to buy. For gardeners aiming to close the loop and keep everything as local as possible, cardboard is a quiet hero. After a whole season of layering cardboard into my piles, the difference in the finished product was honestly striking. The compost turned out darker, crumblier, and it was just packed full of earthworms. When I spread it into my beds, the plants really responded with lush green growth and, stronger yields. It wasn't just about the nutrients, it was the improved soil structure and all the microbial activity that came from having a better balanced compost. This is why, cardboard composting is such a total game changer. It doesn't just solve a waste problem, it actually elevates the entire soil building process. So next time you break down a cardboard box, don't just send it out for recycling. Rip it up, soak it if you want, and feed it to your compost. Your microbes, your worms, and your plants will totally thank you with healthier soil and, honestly, bigger harvests. If this tip was helpful, go ahead and subscribe to Botanical Bliss for more gardening strategies that save money, cut waste, and build thriving gardens. And, hey, Share this secret with a fellow gardener, because the more of us who use it, the better our gardens are going to grow.